When the government suddenly shifts policy to prioritize AI-driven defense solutions, you better believe some companies are about to hit the jackpot. That's exactly what's happening with BigBear.ai right now, and the developments over the past few weeks have been absolutely fascinating. We covered their financial transformation last month, but what's happened since then is a completely different chapter. New partnerships, massive technology deployments, and a government policy shift that could change everything for this company. Let me break down what's actually going on here. The policy shift I'm talking about is real concrete change in how the Department of Defense is approaching AI integration. We're seeing a fundamental restructuring of defense priorities where decision intelligence and autonomous systems are moving from nice to have to absolutely critical. Big Bear has been building exactly these types of systems for years. AI that can process battlefield data in real time, make tactical recommendations, identify threats before they materialize. This isn't theoretical stuff anymore. The Army is literally restructuring entire programs to incorporate advanced AI solutions, and Big Bear's positioned right at the center of this transformation. Their Conductor OS platform, which orchestrates autonomous systems and drone swarms, is exactly what the military's been looking for. When you combine this with their existing security clearances and deep relationships within the defense establishment, the competitive moat here is massive. You can't just start a company tomorrow and compete in this space. It takes years of trust building, cleared personnel, proven technology that works in actual combat situations. Now, here's something that's flying completely under the radar. Big Bear just deployed their enhanced biometric passenger processing technology at Nashville International Airport and several other major entry points across the country. This is way bigger than just speeding up airport lines. What they've actually created is a comprehensive biometric security platform that combines facial recognition, document verification, and behavioral analysis, all happening simultaneously. The system can process thousands of passengers per hour while maintaining accuracy rates that were literally impossible just a few years ago. But here's what really matters. This same technology is being evaluated for deployment at every major border crossing, military installation, and critical infrastructure site. Think about the implications here. We're talking about a unified biometric security system that could eventually cover every entry point into the United States. And Big Bear is not just providing the software, they're building the entire infrastructure, training the operators, maintaining the systems. That's recurring revenue with massive switching costs. Once you're embedded in critical security infrastructure, you're not getting replaced easily. The Washington Commanders partnership, the NFL team. This one really caught me off guard, but it's actually brilliant strategically. See, NFL stadiums are essentially controlled environments with massive security requirements. You've got 70,000 people entering and exiting in a condensed time frame, potential threat scenarios, VIP protection, crowd control dynamics. It's basically a perfect testing ground for advanced security technology. What Big Bear's doing here is demonstrating that their military-grade AI can be adapted for civilian applications. This opens up entire new markets. Think about every major sporting venue, concert arena, convention center. They all need this level of security sophistication now. And here's what's clever. By partnering with such a high-profile organization, they're essentially getting a massive proof of concept that they can show to other potential customers. Hey, if it works for the NFL, it'll work for you. But wait, there's more happening here that nobody's really connecting yet. Big Bear's been quietly building relationships in completely unexpected places. They're working with partners in Panama through Narval, expanding their footprint throughout Latin America. They've got initiatives in the Middle East. This international expansion is crucial because it diversifies them away from just U.S. government contracts. Every country in the world is dealing with the same security challenges: border control, threat detection, critical infrastructure protection. Big Bear's technology isn't just applicable to the U.S. market, it's globally relevant. And when you're one of the few companies that can actually deliver working AI solutions for these problems, not just PowerPoint promises, the addressable market becomes enormous. The Nashville International Airport deployment on September 11th really shows what Big Bear's capable of delivering. Their enhanced passenger processing with VeriScan biometric technology is now operational, and the results speak for themselves and reduced processing times, less congestion during peak periods, improved operational efficiency. U.S. citizens can now move through customs without even presenting a physical passport. The system captures a live facial image, compares it against existing records, and either clears the passenger or flags them for additional screening. All of this happens in seconds. Metropolitan Nashville Airport Authority specifically invested in this technology to reduce CBP wait times and strengthen their position among the most passenger-friendly airports in the U.S. And here's the key. This isn't a pilot program or a test. This is full deployment at a major international airport. BNA joins a growing list of airports implementing EPP, which means Big Bear's technology is becoming the standard, not the exception. The barriers to compete in this space are astronomical. You need CBP approval, security clearances, proven reliability where failure rates have to be basically zero, and the ability to integrate with existing government systems. That's a moat that's nearly impossible to cross. Here's my take on where this is headed. And look, this isn't financial advice, just my analysis based on following this sector for years. The convergence of increased defense spending on AI, the massive focus on border security, the expansion into commercial markets, and their proven technology deployment capability. This creates a pretty unique situation. What we're seeing here is a company that's already embedded in critical infrastructure, airports, border crossings, defense systems, at the exact moment when spending in these areas is about to explode. The government isn't experimenting anymore, they're deploying, and Big Bear's already there with working solutions. Let's think about the competitive dynamics here for a second. If you're a competitor trying to break into this market, you need to somehow convince the government to rip out existing working Big Bear systems and replace them with yours. Good luck with that. The switching costs in critical security infrastructure are enormous, and the risk of trying something new when lives are on the line, nobody's taking that gamble unless they absolutely have to. That's the beauty of being first with technology that actually works. You become the default, the standard that everyone else gets measured against. Companies with this combination of attributes don't come along very often. The fact that they're actually deploying real systems, not just talking about future possibilities, that's what separates them from the hundreds of AI companies making big promises. They've got the contracts, they've got the technology, they've got the relationships, and now they've got policy tailwinds that could accelerate everything. We're not talking about some startup hoping to find product market fit. This is a company with proven technology operating at scale in the most demanding environments imaginable. When the TSA trusts your tech to process millions of passengers, when the DoD relies on your AI for critical operations, when major airports are investing their own capital to implement your systems, that's validation you can't fake. Sometimes the stars just align for certain companies at certain moments. You know, the combination of technological readiness, market demand, policy support, and competitive positioning, when all these factors line up, that's when you see companies make those massive leaps from interesting to essential. Feels like that might be happening here. Comment what stock you want me to analyze next, especially if you've got another under-the-radar play that's actually building something real, not just riding the AI hype wave.